Hey guys, Redwood91007, back with Bill 29 today.
About damn time.
Yep. Took a nice little break from him. It was a little refreshing, but it's good to have him back in the scheme of things. We're bringing you guys another Tangiers review today, and this is on the watermelon flavor. This was originally recommended to me back when I first made my first Tangiers order, but I switched this out for horchata, and I'm glad I picked it up now because I'm a huge melon fan.
It's a melon head.
Yeah. What I heard about this flavor is it's supposed to smell and taste almost identical to the watermelon Jolly Rancher candies. So that's what I was expecting when I opened it up. I didn't have to acclimate this along with the rest of my Tangiers, so right out of the bag, I got that very strong Jolly Rancher watermelon smell. That is one of my all-time favorite candies, so I was very happy with it.
Yeah, I can smell it from here now also.
Yeah. And
my nose is slightly blocked, so please bear with me on some things.
The smell is fairly strong. It definitely comes through exactly like I would expect it to, and as with most Tangiers, the smell is absolutely fantastic and spot on with the flavor. I haven't had a single one, even if I didn't enjoy the smoke, the smell just smelled perfect.
Yeah.
And this definitely is included in that. We just threw on a second round of coals. Pretty usual setup for Tangiers right now. Crown micro funnel with 2 coconaras. I had them flipped up on their side, which seems to be working great right now. I will probably flip them down at some point soon. Like I said, we just threw this on, so we're about just over maybe an hour, maybe a little bit less into this session. This bowl will probably last for about 3 rounds of coals before the flavor starts dying out. Yeah, we're using my fancy hose now instead of our Najum, just because it's pretty heavily ghosted with the mint chocolate chill that Theo X69 brought over the other day, so I just have to wash it out before we use it again. Yeah, go ahead, I'll smoke.
I got it.
No, it's okay. Okay. So what do you have to say about this?
As you can see, it's typical Tangiers clouds. You can't really ever get something where you won't get big clouds out of it. Again, second round of coal, so it's coming through a little more. The taste is coming through a little heavier than it did before, but still, I find it a lot more subtle than the smell. It is what you're smelling. It is the exact same smell as it is with the taste, but it's not as potent as I expected to be, which I'm a little surprised about, but I've gotten that with a few other things that we've tried recently. Some Tangier stuff also, like maraschino cherry, was the exact same thing. It wasn't a very overwhelming taste.
Yeah, we will review that too, probably next time.
Oh yeah, we didn't review that. Very
soon, yeah. Just because I wanted to make sure I was getting good smoke. That was the first smoke we did out of the Najum hose, so it had that plasticky taste to it, so I didn't feel like reviewing it then. Yeah, I just flipped the coals down, so this is kind of an experiment on camera to see if it can take the heat. Let me just take a pull off of this. As you mentioned, nice Tangiers clouds. They were a little bit thicker when I first put the round on. Hopefully now they're picking up already since I put the coals down. Also, like you mentioned, the flavor's a little bit weak. I was really expecting a very overpowering flavor from the beginning. As the bowl was still heating up properly. Oh yeah?
Slightly.
There you go. Anyway, it was a lot weaker than I expected. On the flavor strength scale, it's fairly low. I'd probably say like a 4 for flavor strength. But it's still good. As the session's gone on, the flavor has definitely picked up, especially with the second round of coals. And it's very, very spot on to the smell, which is pretty typical of Tangiers again. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's just not as overpowering as I wanted it to be, like I said. But besides that, there's nothing wrong with this flavor. It's very good. It is fairly sweet, but that's what I expected from a candy-ish flavor. And because my expectations were for it to taste like the Jolly Rancher, it is fulfilling them pretty much the best of its ability.
Mm-hmm. It's just the potency that's an issue.
Yeah.
It's not coming through as strong as you like to be. As you get it on the initial inhale, as well on the exhale, but it's not strong. The real flavor that you're getting is that little bit of moisture of the taste that is left on your tongue and on your lips, but it's not coming through in the smoking per se, which is slightly disappointing.
I'm just going to rotate the coals and flip them back up on their sides because it's not taking the heat too well right now. But just a little quick tip for you guys.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah, just to ash it, of course. Quick tip for you guys who smoke Tangiers. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of that harshness, and you keep smoking through it, and then you're like, I ruined the bowl. With Tangiers, there's that point before it gets harsh where you really have to make an adjustment to the heat. So right away, I took 1 or 2 pulls where it was tasting like it was going to get harsh, so just fix it right away. That's my Tangiers pointer.
And it's getting back to its normal taste.
With Tangiers, it does recover as long as you act very quickly. Okay, let's just do ratings, I guess.
Go ahead.
Like I said, the only problem I have with it is it's not as strong as I'd like it to be, but it is very good and I can smoke this all the time. Based on that, I'm giving this an 8 out of 10.
I was going to say the exact same thing. I wish the potency was a little stronger in the taste, but it is a good taste for what you're getting at it. It's obviously pulling very well. Clouds are big, everything like that, typical with Tangiers, so 8 on 10 as well.
So yeah, try it out if you want that Jolly Rancher watermelon. If you like that flavor, this will be a perfect flavor for you guys. Tangiers has not really disappointed me at all yet, so probably down the line going to start buying only Tangiers, Nakhlas, and Blackleaf, as I mentioned before. So they're really the flavors that stick with me and that are the best that I've ever tried, to be honest. So yeah, check out hookahpro.com, your ultimate source for everything hookah, and
stay tuned.